I just received a call from him last night indicating his intention to pursue the leadership and step aside as finance minister. He's done a fantastic job in that role. I will not be endorsing any candidates for the leadership. It's, I think, entirely normal for a leader to avoid endorsing candidates, and it'll be for the members of the United Conservative Party to assess the candidates once they have a full field to make the decision of who they think can best lead the party and province in the future. I received his letter of resignation just before coming here, and I'll be making a decision about how to handle a successor in the interim period. I anticipate there may be some other additional departures from Executive Council for people who will offer their names for the leadership of my party. And so my current thinking is perhaps to have interim ministers acting in those capacities until I know what the complete lay of the land is in terms of Executive Council going into the leadership race, so I can make a small cabinet shuffle. But at this point, I'm looking at more interim positions until I know how many ministers may be stepping out. The energy in the no vote was primarily driven by people angry about vaccines, and I make no apology for promoting safe and effective vaccines that have saved lives. There was also a lot of residual anger about public health restrictions. And while I guess we could go back and nitpick about particular policies at particular times, generally I do not regret the difficult decisions we made to prevent a total catastrophe in our hospitals. There is a small but highly motivated, well-organized and very angry group of people who believe that I and the government have been promoting are part of some globalist agenda, and that the vaccines are at the heart of that. And I frankly don't think most of these people have ever before been involved in a mainstream center-right party, and I suspect many of them won't be in the future. So that's just the context in which we've been operating. But I don't regret at all having led a government that has already, within 3 years, delivered on 90% of our election commitments to Alberta, that has balanced the budget for the first time in 14 years, that has cut taxes, that has brought unprecedented, last year's nearly $70 billion of investment to the province, whose policies are leading to the greatest boom in diversification from tech to film to agriculture to forestry. I don't regret any of that. I don't regret having stood up strongly for this province, having filed a constitutional challenge of the federal No More Pipelines law and won at the Supreme Court of Canada. I don't regret having defended our oil and gas industry and see its strong recovery as the largest part of Alberta's economy. So I think Conservatives are and should be proud of those achievements. But clearly, COVID was, and it's turned out that the vaccines have become, have created a highly motivated group of people who are focused on that almost as a single issue, and I just fundamentally disagree with that perspective.